Hello, ladies and gentlewomen. Welcome to Peak Lesbian. This episode is going to be me and my very special guest, my wife, Liz. We are going to be discussing the film Desert Hearts. We've decided to kind of go through some lesbian film and watch it together and then have a conversation about it afterwards. It is definitely a rated R conversation, so, be warned. We're plain speakers, plain talkers here. I hope you all enjoy the episode. You watched it
when I was probably about 19, about 10 years after it came out, I think.
Okay.
And my first impression of the movie is it seemed very sweaty. And there was nothing about that appeared even remotely sexy to me. Like nothing.
What year would that have been?
97?
Okay.
97 or 98?
Yeah. And I don't think I saw it when I first came out. I don't know why, because I used to, not when it first came out, when I first came out. And was going to.
We all went and found the specialty movie place and
At the video store.
Yeah, at the video store.
As a 17-year-old lesbian, I would troll the video store for films that looked like it could possibly have women kissing in it. Like, and I would try and I would sneak these films in with like a stack of other movies that my family was getting. And usually I try to sidetrack my mom in some way so that when they were scanning the movies, no one would really notice.
And bless your heart, you're giving your mama so much credit. She probably wouldn't have noticed anyway.
That's true. Well, it was all very. So, anyways, I'm surprised I didn't see it because it was such a big film. It seems like something I would have run across in my trolling of the many aisles of the Blockbuster or the Hollywood.
I didn't find it in a mainstream movie video store. I found it at the movie store. The gay
movie store.
Yeah. So that's where I saw it.
Oh, that's
actually no. Wait, I think I got it from old gay men that I knew that ran the youth group.
Maybe it was because it was too well known to be lesbian, and so maybe they wouldn't carry it.
They showed full on tit on tit action.
Not tit on tit action. Yeah, he'll get there. Okay. So, anyways, that's our background with it. I just saw it for the first time a few years ago because I was going through a thing where, like, I want to see, like, and I'm still kind of going through it. I think I'll make my way through the lesbian film history. So I was like, okay, this is the film. This is one of the first, like, big, like, made Hollywood type films that had lesbians in it.
Did it? I don't know why I don't know this, but did it have a full-on release? Like a big, it wasn't just a niche film somewhere, like it wasn't whatever the film festivals were like back in the 80s.
I mean, what I heard was that it was pretty as mainstream as it could be. No, it wasn't a little tiny.
Yeah. Oh, wait. It was.
Well, yeah, because
remember the intro.
Yeah.
Oh, gold ones. Yeah.
Yeah, actual big Hollywood production. Yeah. So I thought, you should watch it, right? And I don't know, my first impression of the film was meh. But watching it with you was interesting. Okay, so let's start out. What overall, what did you think of it?
I'm sure it was just fine. I'm sure it was just fine for 1986. I'm sure it was perfectly average in 1986.
I'm not sure. What do you
mean? I mean, it wasn't too much of anything. It just was what it was. It was an opportunity to see two ladies kiss and some boob on boob action.
Mm-hmm. It was a deep love story.
No, it was just a sack full of crappy people doing crappy things and just kind of crappy.
Let's talk about the trope.
Oh,
because this trope runs through almost every single lesbian film I've ever seen. Either the film is a period piece, and then it can sometimes the period pieces expand out a little bit, but it's a period piece, right? Or it has a trope of an actual lesbian woman who's usually an artist of some kind.
Yes.
She never has a normal job. She doesn't work at Burger King.
No.
No.
She's never had to worry about her rent.
Mm-mm. No, she's an artist.
Mhm.
She drives a cool bus or she takes pictures
Mhm.
or whatever. And then the woman that's the interest is a straight woman or
Probably has a husband. Pretty
previously with a man.
repressed.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
And you know, the straight woman just falls for this particular lesbian, and this lesbian is
Out of the
yeah,
blue.
just yeah.
And it's like, ugh.
What?
Why do we need to see this play out over and over again? I remember seeing it in, um, well, it was cute though, the movie with the basketball playing lesbians who sort of bolt out of the blue find each other, and you never
Basketball
saw
playing lesbians.
middle-aged basketball playing lesbians. They played basketball naked and then in their wedding dresses. It was,
Oh. Oh, what's it called?
oh, brats. I don't remember.
Okay, well, I don't think I saw that one. Or if I did, I
Oh,
was too drunk to remember.
sweetheart, or I might have went with a different girl.
Oh,
I'm
you
so
probably would
sorry.
have. I think so.
Oh, yeah, it was. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Was it with the kangaroo?
No, she'd hopped her way out of my heart by then.
Oh, it was Big Big C?
Yeah, pseudo girlfriend. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
Okay.
call her pseudo
Okay.
girlfriend.
Okay. Um,
Yes, I saw it with my pseudo girlfriend. Um, but anyway, but yeah, that same thing where there's a lesbian who does not know, or there's a lesbian who's got like, oh, airy fairy and kind of like hippy dippy,
mhm.
and then
A free spirit of
free
swine.
spirit. And
Free
oh,
spirit.
free
Yeah.
spirits piss me off. Give your spirit in a cage where it belongs. Um, and she's always older than the free spirit, so that's that kind of gross thing. Free spirit usually has mommy issues. Like, it's just there was a lot of layers to how their relationship didn't seem fun
In this particular
in
film.
this particular
Although
film.
this trope is seen in quite a few other lesbian
Yeah,
films.
yeah.
Okay. So my overall opinion is it's not a very good movie. It's just not. Like if I understand the historical
Correct.
part of it, I understand that now I will say this. For a lesbian film, it had a somewhat happy ending. No one died. No one killed
You know
themselves.
what? Yes,
They got on the
nobody was
train.
assaulted. Everything
Yeah,
was, yeah.
they got on a train together.
Mhm.
Spoiler alert from a
Yeah,
film in
from
86.
1986. If you haven't watched it, it's your fault.
They, at the end, they both get on a train to have one last to have a chat together. Now, it really leaves it open to either be did they stay together? They probably did stay together. It seems like they might have. But it leaves it open, but it was kind of just a happy ending.
Carol,
What?
she just banged her in the bathroom and got up the next time. You were being really hopeful for romance. That's all that happened. So you're gonna have to edit that out, aren't you? I'm sorry.
Well, okay, see, that's what I mean. It left it open to interpretation.
I guess if you're a
I
cynic, you
I
can.
say that perhaps they decided to, continue their lives together, and my wife thinks they just banged it out in the bathroom and split. So,
I don't know. I just think.
one last go around.
I just think. Let's be realistic. Sometimes you're just horny.
Well, yeah, but they weren't. They were trying to be super
I know
serious.
they were having a super serious relationship, super
Okay,
deep.
so issues with the film.
My issues with the film.
Yeah, I mean, so it's historical. It's the first time lesbians thing. It ends on a happy note. I can see why it was really.
Those were good
I can
things.
imagine lesbians of the time just being really blown away by the fact that this was happening. I get
You
it.
know what? I forgot about the fact
Yeah,
that nobody died. The kill your
yeah,
gays trope. They didn't do that. Nobody
exactly.
died. That's okay. Well, there you go. One extra point in your little tally.
Yeah. However,
Hmm.
if you were to take it just the whole out of historical context and everything, and just look at it as a film, it's not a great film. And unfortunately, in my opinion, most lesbian films aren't good films. They just aren't.
I, I just didn't want to see those two women kissing.
That's
There was zero chemistry, and they were both, even though I could tell they were trying to really hard to seem gay, but it was just so obvious to me. I felt in my bones that they were straight, and it grossed me out to see them kissing.
That's something
And I can't explain what it is. I couldn't point it out to you what it was on the screen. It was just like, or I don't know. Maybe they're not straight and they just don't have chemistry. I don't know. It just there was something.
the gaydar wasn't pinging.
No, there was no pinging. There was nothing. It was dead.
It's I know what you mean though. There's something that you can tell they're straight.
Yeah.
And also
So I remember in my 20s, let's say you were making I made out with strange women. We all did. There was
Mhm.
a little bit more passion, a little more hunger, a
Well,
little
that goes to some of the I don't know. I've always found all I can speak for is lesbian sex scenes because I don't know how the hets, what they consider great. But
yeah.
in my opinion, most lesbian sex scenes are not realistic. They just don't ring true to me.
Yeah, they usually but again, how often well, I don't know. A good actor or a good actress can probably pull it off.
No, they don't seem realistic because it's always too lovey-dovey.
Oh, yeah, no one does
There's like the whole, okay, their hands are touching really slowly now. Okay, fade to the sheer blowing in the
yeah,
breeze.
yeah, yeah, or
Maybe you see a kiss on the neck or like it's very
yeah, and there's subtle grinding, but no implication of actual,
yeah.
getting down. It's just all real flow. It's like watching a couple of flounders flopping around.
There's a lot of flopping around.
Yeah, it really is, and it's just like, wow,
It's
what am I
it's like
doing here?
it's like with a lot of lesbian films, they want to capture like the passion because I think there's a lot of passion
Yes, I
between
mean,
women
yeah,
when you're into each
when
other.
you're into
Like,
each other, it
but
can be
like,
very hot, yeah.
but they don't. I rarely see that captured.
Well, because I think that goes back to people not believing that women can ever be really carnal, like really,
Yeah,
we're supposed to be
yeah.
sweet, we're supposed to be soft, we're supposed to be, you know,
You're supposed to do the thing that you don't like to talk about.
do the thing that I don't like to talk about.
Make love.
Oh God, no.
My wife hates the term make love.
Well, because it just makes me think of the 1970s of a cottage cheese salad. Like it just seems, you know, they'd serve it with like the lean plate. Making love sounds like the lean plate from the
Oh,
70s with the hamburger patty, the cottage cheese on a lettuce leaf.
that's interesting. Okay.
Just leaves you wanting more.
So what we're trying to say here is that we like to have the whole hamburger,
Yes.
not that cottage cheese
No,
nonsense.
thank you.
And- but but yeah, it's there. There is no real like fucking.
Correct. I didn't know if you'd let me say it.
I've said the F word on here. It's
Okay,
fine.
nobody fucks in this movie. The title of the movie should be Betsy Doesn't Know How to Fuck.
There's no Betsy in
I
it.
don't remember her name.
Okay, so you brought up what was something that the 80s versus it was supposed to take place in 1959.
Okay.
And the premise basically is I mean it really doesn't matter, but the premise is that this woman is coming from she's an academic. She's
From New
35.
York.
From New York. She's divorcing her husband, and and during that time, women really couldn't. It was very hard to divorce, and so the thing was they go to Reno. They'd establish residency in Nevada, Reno, and they could file for divorce there. So there's this ranch in Reno that basically works with attorneys, and like women can go stay at this ranch, live there for like 6 months or
Mhm,
so,
mhm.
and get a divorce, and
Yep.
then move back home when it's done.
Yeah.
Like move back to their city or whatever. So that's like the whole premise, right? So the one woman comes there. Okay, the lesbian is the stepdaughter of the woman who owns the ranch, who's the free spirit who lives in the cottage,
She
and
sculpts, but you never see any clay.
you saw the pottery though, right? That's not sculpting though.
No,
That
that
annoyed me. That's not
yes,
sculpting.
I knew it did. I knew it would annoy you.
That's
Yes,
pottery.
yes,
It's different.
yeah,
It's ceramics. It's
yes.
not sculpting.
Yeah, but there were no slabs, there was nothing, nothing.
Anyways, she's an artist. Of course, she's an artist, and
Yes.
she's a she's wild. Dude, she's crazy. She's come to shake up the old stuffy lady's life.
She's gonna set this town on its ear. She was so predictable and so mm, she seemed like a little brat too. I didn't like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's just like, what are you doing? You're just being a bum. Like, get it.
And this is just my gripe, I guess, but like her clothing was so inaccurate for the time period.
She was wearing stuff that was definitely from the 80s.
Totally,
80s shorts,
totally. A
80s
tank top.
belt. Yeah. I mean, I know tank top existed,
No, but
obviously, but women didn't wear one
also
to the
this is supposed to be 1959. I don't care where you were in 1959. A woman dressing like that was gonna be told, "Excuse me."
they were being indecent.
Yeah,
Yes.
like
Yeah. And then but then you had the other woman. Now, granted, you
we're
could
seeing
say
women. We don't.
theoretic
What are their names? There's the
Mhm.
brunette and there's the blonde.
That's better than what I was calling them. So we'll go for
The
that.
brunette is the wild pottery lesbian, and the blonde,
Blonde is the buttoned up academic from New York.
yes, the 35-year-old, and the
Yes.
other one is supposed she's
So
supposed to be in her 20s.
yeah, her traveling suit looked like it was from the 40s, but that could make sense. A person could have a 10-year-old suit, no big deal. It just, I don't know. The 80s clothes bugged me. The 80s makeup bugged me. But what are you going to do?
Well, and there's some 80s hair too, and
Big time
but
80s
you know
hair
what? That's not the only we can't ding the film too much for that though, because, like, I've seen that a lot with movies,
I mean,
period. Like,
in general.
they don't a lot of movies don't do well to take out what modernly is happening,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, like
I mean, there's some things that truly can't be duplicated anymore, but also it's just, they're like, who's going to notice? Sorry, nerds are going to notice.
yes.
You're going to piss us off.
But
Nerds
the
notice.
also, I agree. None of those characters were likable. I
Not a
didn't
one.
find anyone likable.
Nope.
They just also and weird, over familiar,
Or
relationships didn't seem real to life.
yes, yeah, they were getting too familiar too quickly, or the women who were so catty and mean. That just
Yeah.
didn't make any sense. The way this movie portrayed women who would be coming together during a traumatic situation made no sense. They were all catty and unpleasant with each other right off the bat. And I'm like,
Mhm.
nope, that wouldn't happen. Especially back then, Carol, you pointed out manners were a big deal.
Yeah.
It's not like now where we're just running around like little barbarians.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I mean, now it's like
We're a little less formal. I mean, we have manners,
but I remember both of my grandmas being very, like, particular about manners.
oh
They
yeah,
they might absolutely hate a fellow woman,
but they are
but
still
would
going to be
never
polite.
necessarily say so to her face, especially if you're in public, in company, whatever. Like, there's just
Hmm.
rules,
Or
right?
if you're at their house, especially if you're at their house,
Hmm.
but certainly not if they're a guest in yours. Like,
Hmm.
and that didn't ring true to me. Doesn't matter how countrified. They, that's the other
Well,
thing that I didn't like.
yeah.
They were really making it sound like, and it's because countrified folk have a special place in my heart, babe. You guys aren't all. You're not. It's not like you're not in the backwoods, raised with absolutely no manners. If anything, you guys are more. I think more polite and more. Those things kind of stuck around for your family, at least. They were always very polite. They may have been horrible,
But they were polite while
but
they
they
were
were
horrible.
polite while they were being horrible.
Well,
Because polite is different than be kind, but that's a whole different
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
But, like, I just none of the didn't like any of the
The side
characters.
characters didn't
Also,
ring true.
I know this could just be me, but there was parts of the film didn't make a lot of sense. Like, I mean, it didn't do a timeline very well. Like, she's supposed to be for 6 months, right? But it doesn't really say that. It just kinda leaps in a way, and you're supposed to, like, fill in a huge bunch of information yourself, right? It 'cause it
It
shows her
seems
getting
like it.
there.
She gets there a couple days after, and then all of a sudden she's leaving. And it's just supposedly a couple weeks away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's supposed to have been there 6
So whatever
months.
happened in the middle, who knows? Maybe it was 6 weeks. Maybe we got the time frame wrong. Hmm.
Oh, maybe. Well, if we're wrong, yeah, we're wrong. I mean, that's how really into this movie we were. Um,
I tried my best, I really did, but I just kept drifting. I was just did not keep my attention. Nobody ever
yeah.
flat out said, "I've had long drawn out conversations with people who hopped their way in and out of my heart about stay a while, stay longer." That it's not like that. You're not just like, I you've made me feel something.
Oh, well, I
You
mean,
know,
it was
you've given me this tender feeling in my heart that I've never felt before. No, you're just like, look, I like being around you. Are you going to stay? Nobody beats
yeah.
around the bush like that, and it's
I
so
mean,
annoying.
but to
I
be
get
fair,
what
it is
they're
a
trying
film.
to do.
All
I
films are kind of
understand.
lame when it comes to that kind of
But
stuff.
it's like, that would be okay if that was the only thing that they were doing, the only thing that was wrong with it. There were so many other things wrong with it that I couldn't bear that either.
So you said that you when I asked you if you wanted to go ahead and watch it and then do like a little talk about it, you said, "Oh, isn't that the film that was really really sweaty?" Now
God,
tell me, in watching it again, was it really sweaty?
it was not, but the sweat was implied quite a bit. They implied they were sweaty, but no, no one was ever sweaty. They did have a scene where they were kissing in the rain,
Mhm, that's supposed to be super
and
romantic. Have you ever kissed in the rain?
you know that if anyone tried to kiss me while it was raining, I would go crazy. I do not like having raindrops on my glasses in the house.
But it's so romantic.
Oh, I would be mad. There were lots of points in that movie where I'm like, "Oh, the romance is done now. I'm mad at you." If I was this chick, you're like, "It's raining. Roll this goddamn window up." And then later at the hotel, when Blondie is saying, "You have to leave," and Brunette says, "No, that's cute once. It's cute twice. The third
Oh,
time, get the fuck out of my room. I told you no."
okay, okay, yes, we'll get there. But I want to say, most of the women were way too familiar.
Duh.
Like, I'm sorry, did I miss something? Was it different back then? Do friends just hang out in the tub naked? Do you like climb on top of your mom? I mean, what the fuck, dude? It's this weird shit. There was a lot of
Stuff.
implying sex or sexuality where it does not belong, and it skeeved me out. Like
Yeah.
there was some incestuous shit kind of
Going on with
vibing
her
with her
stepmom.
stepmom.
Yeah. That was weird. It's like, no, no. I would never. Why would I? Ew, the
And
idea
then
of
and then
straddling your mom. And then
her
her,
friend.
her friend,
Although, I mean, I don't know, maybe they have a history of fucking, I don't know, but, like,
but if that's just my BFF and that's her boyfriend, we're not all sitting in the bathtub together because that's
that's
cochino.
creepy.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
Someone's gonna get herpes and I'm not gonna do it.
And, like, cuddling up and kissing on the mouth? Like, what the fuck?
I've had a
Have you ever
lot
seen
of
straight girls straight women do that?
I don't know what they do. They're like a different species to me. They've intrigued me, but I haven't studied them closely. Will tell you with my other gay friends, no, I've never had one of my chick friends, even ones I thought we might kind of be into each other. No one has ever climbed in a bathtub with me, with one exception. That was a different night.
Okay. That was a different time. That's for another
That's
story.
for another story.
Yeah, so that was
So
weird.
just I don't
It
think that
was very
happens.
off-putting.
I mean, maybe straight women take a bath together. Maybe it doesn't even occur to them that that's weird.
No, I don't know.
But would a straight woman climb in a bathtub with
I'll
a
ask my
lesbian?
therapist. That's the first thing I'm gonna ask my therapist, Wednesday when I come into her office and she's like, "Hello, Carol, how are you doing?" And I'm gonna be like, "So, gee, let's be real. Did you ever tongue one of your best friends?"
She's a really nice one.
She seriously is probably just laughing. She's very good natured. She puts up with a lot of my shit.
I can I understand. The struggle is real. What else?
Um, Now let's get to the good part. This
There was a lot of tit on tit action.
There was, but our favorite part of the film
was
Right, first of all, there's a lot of breaking boundaries in here, like, in a bad way, like, or not breaking boundaries, there's,
ignoring boundaries.
ignoring boundaries in
Yeah.
this film. Like, it's
Bulldozing over boundaries. It's
like,
rude.
for example, there's the scene where, they I guess they have their kiss in the rain, and then, Blondie, straight woman's like, "I gotta get out of here. No, we're not doing this anymore." And brunette, is coming after her and kind of hounding her a little bit, shows up at her hotel room and what?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Shows up at her hotel room and says, "I I miss you. I like you. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in." She's like, "No, go away. No, let me in. Let me." Like, and I'm like, "Come on. Like, what the fuck, dude?"
At that point, even if I had wanted to let her in, the fact that had to say 3 times,
Mhm.
"I wanna be left alone, and you're not going away,"
Mhm.
it's done, dried up, it's
Mhm.
over,
Mhm.
ain't gonna
Anyways,
happen.
so she finally lets her in. Okay, because she's
Mhm,
pestering her.
mhm.
She lets her in. What happens next? Because I just jumped to the next scene that we know what I'm talking about.
Okay,
But what happens?
it's, "I wanna kiss you, I won't kiss you, I wanna kiss you, I won't kiss you." So scared, you're scared, I'm scared, we're scared. I'm gonna go have a drink. Go around the corner, Blondie goes around the corner, has a drink, leaves Brunette
In the
in the
bedroom
bedroom,
area.
part of the
Yeah.
area,
Uh-huh.
and then Blondie sips her little drink, and
Very
then
nervous,
comes
very
around
shaky. The
very
black
shaky.
woman shakes all
Oh,
the time.
to her to have
She
her
reminds me of those little tiny dogs
I
with no
want her to
hair.
have her blood sugar tested.
That she shakes all the fucking time. I don't know, maybe she's not drinking enough water. It was the '50s, a lot of whiskey,
I don't
but
there
bitch was shaking all the time.
I was concerned.
Okay.
I thought she was right on the verge there of some diabetic ketoacidosis or something. Shaken.
Get that girl some orange juice. Stat.
So so, you tell it. I'm sure you're gonna it's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful, touching story. You tell it.
So Blondie's sitting against the wall shaking, drinking her little whiskey drink, and she turns the corner, and the brunette is sitting straight up in bed, tits out, no shirt, just sitting in bed, almost with it was sitting real stiff and weird. Just like, well, hello there, but not like that. Just like, hi, I'm in your bed now. I took all my clothes off. It's like fucking weird.
She looked like an overeager praying mantis, and I wouldn't have felt safe.
Okay, so I've seen this movie before.
They
I
devour
don't.
their mate.
They do. They bite the heads right off. She was ready to bite the head right off. I have seen this movie before. Actually, just like maybe 2 years ago, and that scene, I forgot about it. But when it happened again, I like drew back and was like, "What the fuck?"
It
It
was
was abrasive.
it was
Abrasive.
abrasive. Poor woman, calling her tits abrasive.
No, 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 nothing against her tits. They
They were
looked like average boobs to
they
me.
were boobs.
But
They're okay.
no, the whole thing, it's creepy. It's
Yeah.
creepy. Someone tells you they're scared, they're nervous. Please leave. You force your way into the room, and then you take your fucking clothes off and like, come over here, let's have sex. She's like, no. To me, that's not cool. It's not okay because it's just because it's women.
No, and it's not even okay because I don't know. You could be into something, but also decide it's not right for me, so I'm not gonna do it.
No means no.
There you go. Oh, look, we rhymed. We're precious. Um, yeah,
So for
there
me,
was that. Then there was the fact this really bothered me too. It was late at night. This happened before. So this was a big red flag for me with
oh
brunette. They were still living in the same house, the boarding house.
yeah, that's right.
And you see just Blondie laying there like a little angel, her little blonde rat's nest of hair. And the door opens and it's creepy brunette just standing over her like a like an owl watching its prey and just like "Mm." And then she just sort of backs out of the room. It was real weird, real creepy, real like
There's
possessive,
yeah,
possessy
there's stalker vibes. There's little
stalker
stalker
vibes.
vibes.
And those can be sexy. You can pull those off sometimes, but not all the time. You have to have a certain swag. And this girl didn't have it. You could pull off stalker, but
No,
only
I
with
would
me.
never,
Only with
never.
me. I'd let you do it. I'd let you know where I was.
It's not stalking.
But we could pretend.
Okay. Um, yeah, that was creepy. That's it.
That
That to me, the fact that she just took her clothes off and got in bed was a turnoff.
Yeah.
Like, even if it was something that I found enticing of some way, like the sex scene, right, that was starting, that was not sexy, that was not cool.
I just feel like if I had been as scared as Little Miss Blondie, that probably, yeah, that would have made me go, "No, no, you're not listening to me. I need you to go slower.
Yeah.
If we're gonna do this, you need to give me at least 45 more minutes and a little bit more tequila 'cause I'm freaking the fuck out here, Betsy."
Just don't take your clothes off and just sit there and wait like some creep.
Like a creeper. It was really like it was like I wouldn't have been surprised to see the big creepy smile from that Smile movie, you know?
Also, oh my god, that brunette face just bugs me. She's just all teeth.
It's because
Oh,
of your problem. Your little problem.
okay,
Your little problem with
maybe. But yeah,
Carol likes big girls.
they're all too skinny. They're all I kept seeing was just so skinny.
Every girl she sees, you could, oh, we can fatten you right up. Come on over.
No, it's true though. Most women are undernourished. They are underweight.
True.
But
True.
let's not go there. That's a
But
whole second
whole another
story.
story, and then
That's a story for another time.
ding.
Um, so the sex scene was,
Tit on tit action.
yeah. Oh yeah, the nipples, to show the two nipples
It-
touching.
Okay, let me tell you. It made me think of a space shuttle. The space shuttle when
Well,
you have to
they
dock.
didn't quite.
Well, when you have to, well, sometimes you miss.
They did miss slightly. They
Slightly, but
slightly
it was
missed.
close.
It wasn't tip on tip action.
Not tippy tits. Titty tips.
Titty
No.
tips.
No. Nips.
Nipples. Nipples. Okay.
Yeah. It
And
really,
then
that just reminded me of the space station,
and
then
then
I was
and
just
then
done.
the sex scene part is just kind of, it was very brief,
It was
that
very
part.
brief. And
One was on top of the other, and
and they were grinding it, and that's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. But you were like, "What are they doing?" It's a grinding situation.
Okay.
And I know there's a fucking name for it, but I never remember what it is.
I didn't realize I had the look of horror on my face until you started laughing at me.
Do you know when the sex scene started, you drew back in your chair?
In horror.
You went,
And then I realized after a while that I'd taken off my glasses. I was like, I'm not enjoying this so much that I no longer want to be able to see. I'm forfeiting my vision. Just let it be done.
I bet there's a whole bunch of old lesbians right now that are like, "How dare she? That was the best movie I ever saw." And hey,
I'm so sorry.
film is an art, and just like lots of art,
Everyone has their own
yeah,
cup of tea.
yeah.
That's all there is to it. Just wasn't
Of
mine.
course, this is our opinion, as
Yeah.
you know.
And honestly, no hate to anyone involved either. They were all
The writing the
They're-
writing wasn't good.
polishing a turd.
It just wasn't good. It was weird. It was weird.
It was weird. It was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It wasn't as sweaty as I thought, but it definitely was damp, but not in the right ways.
Mm.
It was, oh God. And everyone looked like they had a little bit of poo dabbed under their nose the whole time. Just everyone looked vaguely disgusted.
Mhm. It's funny too, because we've talked about this before. A writer, oftentimes you can see a writer's issues come through in their writing.
Yes, you can.
Their hang-ups.
Yes, you can.
Maybe their disorders sometimes,
Yes, you can.
And the writer of this movie, I got the sense that maybe she was picked on for being a well-to-do rich white woman or something. I don't know. Like, she had issues with.
I feel like that was the case, that she felt somebody felt, or maybe it was the experience of somebody that she knew, but somebody felt like they were really picked on for being an academic.
Yeah. But the way they handled it with these stupid yokels,
I didn't like that either. It's like, no, I'm sorry. Just because someone's kind of country doesn't mean they're an idiot.
But again, these people aren't that country. They own a ranch outside of Reno.
I know they weren't.
Her husband was a lawyer.
Exactly.
They're not yokels. They got money.
Yeah.
They got that Western money.
Yeah.
that was
Wait,
kind of
what's the other
silly.
thing? Never mind.
What?
I was just like, how come in every movie about white people owning ranches, they're always on the verge of losing it? Why the hell can't these
This is
people
a
hang
white
on to
person's biggest fear.
why can't they hang on
Losing
to
the property you stole.
oh, I could see how that would be
Imagine
stressful.
going through all of that work to rape and pillage to only have the bank take it after all that work your great great grandfather did. It's horrible. You'll never understand the
I'll
pain of
never
losing what you stole.
understand it. No, I'm so sorry. I didn't acknowledge your pain, babe.
Thank you.
Pain of my colonizer wife.
I
Mm.
total side tangent.
Mhm.
I found it funny a while ago when I was talking about a friend of mine whose family owned property. And you were like, do all you people own property? And it struck me then, when you think about it, yes, all the white people I've ever known own property or their families own property. How many, let's just say non white folk, own property?
Own little chunks of our land? No. No, we don't.
No, but seriously, even like somewhat poor
No, yeah.
whites have property.
Hell yeah.
It's I
Yeah.
don't know, just a side thing. It's just interesting. But yeah,
I've always found it quite interesting as well.
so that
Generational wealth.
yeah. So, I mean, if we had to give this, I mean, I couldn't do a thumbs up or thumbs down. I would just do a sideways thumb
I
because I have to
it
take into
was absolutely
consideration.
because like I said in the beginning, it was absolutely fine for 1986.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
was
taking the historical thing in it,
it was
taking
absolutely showing that being a lesbian, they were just two normal, yeah, air quote, women
yeah.
just doing their thing, going through life, having the same struggles as everyone else around them. So that's cool. That's okay. But and then they were willing to show
I mean, this for the sex
the
scene, I
sex
could
scene.
imagine was
It
probably
was
pretty
probably
shocking for that
very
time.
shocking.
Yeah.
Very probably would have considered it explicit, which
Oh yeah.
today's standards, that is ridiculous. That was like that was nothing. I've seen that in cartoons. Like that's yeah.
I don't
So I
know. The nipple docking.
nipple docking. I
That
tried
was
to
some
put
hot
that out of my
shit.
mind. Yeah, and then the praying mantis pose. That thank you. No, no, no. I would run. I would just be like, no.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
mean,
I
I
mean,
didn't.
it was just an eh. It's something to do. You could put it on while you're folding laundry. I crocheted for a while we watched it.
I think it's worth watching from a historical standpoint.
Don't watch it thinking it's going to lead to spicy time because there was nothing spicy about this. This was
I
bland.
I just for me, I can always tell they're straight, and it's weird.
It just seems I feel bad for them.
I don't know. But like, yeah, it's just one of those things where like I think it's worth a watch from a historical standpoint, but like
Mhm.
it's not. I don't think it's a very good film.
Absolutely.
I I, I mean, I've said everything that I think about it, so
Yeah, I think I was thinking that it is worth watching from that perspective. It's also worth watching just because I mean, even a bad story is better than not being talked about at all, I guess. To some
yeah.
extent. I mean, um, it's awesome that there's something out there. You know, I remember being young and craving finding some sort
But
of
do you know how?
representation.
Yes, but do you know how mad that always made me, even way back in 2002, when I go watch those stupid films at the fucking gay movies?
Mhm.
Why do I have to watch shit because there's nothing else out there for me? You know what I mean? Like, why do I have to clap at the shit you just filmed?
It's like we were just talking about earlier, though. Like, why can't I don't know.
The vast majority of lesbian film I've seen has been shit.
Yeah, even the stuff that people are going to go, oh, but did you watch? You know, people really did people like that? I keep calling it sea anemone. What's it really called?
What?
It's not the sea anemones. Um, the rocks, the woman with the rocks.
Oh,
Ammonite.
Ammonite?
Anemone? No. Oh, I
Yeah,
can't remember what it's called.
no,
No, nobody liked that.
I, no, I don't. I think that was a pretty big split.
Okay.
There was a lot of women I've spoken to and seen talk about it are like that's a stupid fucking movie. It's kind of ridiculous.
Mm.
But there was some. Well, that movie's weird. Have you seen it? Oh my god, we should should that be the next one?
Oh,
Or do we wanna try to do a
no,
better
babe.
one?
We should try it. We should just get this over with.
Rip that Band-Aid.
Just get this part over with. We'll be back. We'll be back in a couple hours. Just let's do it. No, really. I'll watch it
Okay, we're gonna save the conversation about the sex scene
for the very end.
for the conversation
Okay,
after we
so we're not
watch the
even going to
film.
talk about it after we watch it. I don't think we should.
What?
I don't think we should talk about it after we watch it until we talk here.
Oh, okay.
We shouldn't say it.
Well, we can't help it. You know I'll
Oh,
you know I'll
God, I always
pause it
tell
and
you to
we'll
pause it
laugh
so I can tell
and
you
we'll yell
something,
it
yeah.
about it. Yes, like a bunch of kooks.
We should record.
Why you watch it?
Yes.
We could do that. We could
Yeah.
flip it on and off. Anyways, okay.
We'll
So
figure this shit out. I don't know why I'm
so
talking to this thing like hello
yes,
fresh.
hi.
Hello black
Hi,
screen.
blank screen.
I've done it 3 times. If you noticed, I keep looking at it like for its approval.
Maybe
You know
I
what I
should've
mean?
Wait, I should have put the
Big face.
okay.
Okay,
I
next
I
time.
might put something on there. I might put a picture of some kind.
It isn't. No,
No, that
we
would
can't.
it
I don't want to
gets
look at him now. It was funny back when you found him before, but not now.
who?
Kanye West.
No, you did Kanye West. Not me.
I know,
You're the one.
but I mean, I don't want him to pop up again because I'm not impressed with him, and I feel bad, really, really bad for him. Like it's sad. It's not funny anymore.
That's off topic. Okay.
Okay.
So
Oh,
I hope you all liked this weird little episode of me and my wife watching a lesbian film
probably won't have a tweet next time.
and discussing it. And yeah. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. It was fun. Bye.